time to talk personal finance thanks to our partners Forsyth, Barr. Today we're looking at dollar cost averaging, and what is it? Is now the time to try it? Mark Richardson, investment advisor, is with us at the desk thanks to our partners Forsyth, Barr. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Ryan. Dollar cost averaging, if you've got a KiwiSaver, which if you've got the opportunity to have one, you should, because it's a wonderful scheme. You are doing it by default anyway, dollar cost averaging. So basically, it's a really good investment habit to get into, where you don't really worry about what the price of the market is right now. And of course, there's a lot of angst over whether it's too high or what have you and what's going to happen. It's basically just making steady contributions, and it will average your entry cost out over time. And I like it for three main reasons. If the greatest investor of all time, Warren Buffett, says you can't time the market, then you can't time the market. So why try? So just make steady contributions. For the reason I was just talking about, it'll average your cost, because let's say if you're buying into managed funds, as we are in KiwiSaver, when the cost of units is high, you're buying less units. When the market comes down and the cost of those units is less, then you buy more units, and that will average out over time. And the most important one, it's a good, consistent habit to get into if you're going to be investing.
So basically just don't overthink it.
Pretty much. Let us do that.
Yeah, don't overthink it, because if you try and do it yourself and time it, it can go horribly wrong.
Yeah, but I'll put a caveat on this, is dollar cost average is not going to work for you if you're buying rubbish assets.
Yeah,
so you still want to be buying quality assets.
Yeah. So what are quality assets at the moment?
Well, there's a lot of quality assets out there. I don't want to get into another topic, because obviously everyone thinks about quality assets being the Magnificent Seven and those tech stocks that are driving the markets. They're the ones that are creating volatility. But there are some wonderful companies out there that have been overlooked, which we would call value. And there's a whole world of investment opportunities out there. You just got to look for them.
So because dollar cost averaging is about not trying to time the market, does it matter when you do it? When you start?
Well, that is the theory, because, we always talk about investing, and I've said it time and time again, it's time in the market. So if you can spend enough time in the market, then yes, dollar cost averaging will work. If markets are low and you put a large chunk in when they are low, and you time that right and the markets start to move consistently forward, of course that is going to probably outperform if you're buying when the market is high. But no one quite knows when the market is going to drop, when it's going to continue to drop, and where the bottom is or where the top is.
Yeah.
Just get in and get in consistently.
Just get in and shut up.
Stay in, yeah.
Hey, just before you go, cricket, because I know we've got the Ashes on as well.
Yeah.
We had the Ashes on in Australia. I mean, there'll be more, but it was pretty short in Perth, wasn't it?
It was.
Baseball, I know you love baseball. Well, you don't hate baseball.
No, everyone thinks because I was a dour, boring, conservative and completely unentertaining player to watch, therefore I wouldn't like baseball. I love baseball. I think it is taking the game forwards, but people want to see a test match.
Yeah.
People turn up to see a test match. Test match is meant to be played over 5 days or at least 4 days. And yes, be aggressive, yes, be positive, but you actually have a responsibility to the game that you're playing. And I did not see that in Perth.
But isn't the problem that, Mark, that the rules allow this to happen? Like, it's cricket's fault. And you've got so many formats now that these guys are playing, they don't know who's Arthur, who's Martha. They don't know what sport they're in.
Well, I do worry about the volume of T20 cricket, which is good for the game by and large. But if you are going to play Test cricket, give the game the respect that it deserves. And if there are times when you have to absorb pressure and bat for lengths of time and actually play what people might consider boring cricket, but no, it's not boring.
Gentlemen's cricket.
I watched when England were bowling the first 20 overs of their bowling against Australia, who were looking to survive. That was absorbing cricket as far as I was concerned. But I guess I have a trained eye.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It's also not fair. Like, my grandma loves cricket, and in summer she loves nothing more than just sitting there and watching, having it on in the background. So to cut it to 2 days, to be all over 2 days in Perth is pretty disappointing for people, isn't
which
it?
is the point I'm making, is that people want to watch a test, give them a test match, not 4 T20 games played out in 2 days.
Dollar cost averaging, yes. Baseball during Test cricket, no. Mark Richardson, Forsyth, Barr.